Bonjour, fashion enthusiasts. Welcome to Vogue Vista. Today, we're delving deep into the world of Louis Vuitton, where every stitch tells a story of elegance and innovation. In this captivating exploration, we unveil the fascinating and lesser-known facts that weave the extraordinary tapestry of Louis Vuitton's legacy, from its humble beginnings crafting bespoke trunks to becoming a global symbol of luxury. Each detail reveals a story of craftsmanship, innovation, and a touch of audacity. So, buckle up for a voyage into the intriguing facts that make Louis Vuitton an icon in the realm of haute couture. Let the style odyssey begin. At the age of 14, Louis Vuitton went to Paris on foot. The great originator of the company was born in Angers, a French village near the Swiss border, despite the fact that we firmly identify it with Parisian style. He left his family at the age of 14 and traveled to Paris for a long time. He traveled 292 miles to get to the French capital by foot. Well, literally. Young Louis Vuitton needed 2 years and numerous odd jobs to complete such a journey. Just in time for the Industrial Revolution, he landed in Paris. With talent and a strong desire to study, Louis Vuitton joined Romain Maréchal as an apprentice at the workshop where luggage is made. A gifted and industrious boy quickly became an expert in the art of packaging craftsmanship. Before long, the son of a farmer was serving the city's wealthiest clients. In 1854, Louis Vuitton opened a luggage store at 4 Rue Neuve des Capucines in Paris. Following 17 years of employment at Monsieur Maréchal's workshop, Louis Vuitton made the independent decision to pursue his career. He got married, quit his job at the workshop, and started a box-making and packing business in the center of Paris. The empire began to grow in 1854 when the first store opened on Neuve des Capucines Street. You might be wondering how Louis Vuitton built his brand with such rich and influential customers. Josephine, the wife of Napoleon, employed Louis Vuitton. In 1852, he received a fortunate invitation to work for Napoleon's wife, Josephine, the French emperor. Because Louis Vuitton made Josephine's boxes, his inventions were able to be viewed by several rich and royal people. The initial Louis Vuitton pattern was damier ébène, not monogram. If you believe that dealing with fake goods is an issue exclusive to the present day, you should be aware that the fabled damier ébène design was developed for precisely this reason toward the close of the 1800s. During that period, France enacted trademark legislation, and numerous producers signed their products with unique symbols. Not even Louis Vuitton was an anomaly. The checkerboard canvas in beige and brown, first seen in 1888, with the words Elle Vuitton, marque déposée, written on one of its cells. The brand used this strategy to defend itself from imitations. The renowned LV emblem is another unique component that makes the brand unimaginable without it. George, the son of Louis Vuitton, founded it and took over the business after his father's death in 1892. In an attempt to grow the baggage company into a worldwide powerhouse, George Vuitton created what is arguably the most iconic pattern ever. The founder's initials, represented by the interlocking letters L and V, haven't been altered since 1896. Their signature single lock method was developed in 1896 and is still in use for their trunks. Louis Vuitton Maletier, which has come to represent the art of travel, was concerned with the quality and security of its products in addition to their aesthetic appeal. Louis Vuitton created the lock that no one could pick. But after his father's passing, his son George was the one to patent the idea. There is a tale that claims George Vuitton challenged Harry Houdini to open a locked Louis Vuitton trunk since he was so sure of its creation. Regretfully, there are no records in the official history of the great illusionist ever answering that challenge. Only in 1930 did Louis Vuitton release their first leather handbag. Even if we appreciate the elegance of LV handbags, the brand only started producing them over a century after its founding. With the increasing need for lightweight travel, the design business directed its attention into producing duffel bags. The Keepall bag was introduced in multiple sizes in 1930 to facilitate quick and easy travel. Speedy, Keepall's smaller sister, also emerged during the same period. It was a fairly large and useful bag for light travel. However, it wasn't extremely well liked until Audrey Hepburn, the actress, requested that a smaller version of Speedy be made for everyday usage. The model rapidly gained widespread adoration as the actress was frequently pictured carrying her pocketbook. These days, Louis Vuitton's Speedy model is a mainstay. It comes in a variety of sizes and styles. Since 1987, Louis Vuitton has acquired a lot more brands. At the start of the 1980s, French investor Bernard Arnault had the notion to create a collection of luxury brands in fashion that were all part of a single objective. However, he couldn't create LVMH until 1987, when he collaborated with the president of LV and the CEO of Moet Hennessy. The group's goals are to uphold each house's long-term growth and to embody the most sophisticated aspects of the Western way of life. LVMH continues to be the world's largest conglomerate of luxury goods, controlling 75 luxury brands. For all businesses, including Louis Vuitton, it translates to a strong worldwide reputation, steady earnings growth, and dynamic expansion. Included in the LVMH holding are the following brands of apparel and accessories: Christian Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, Marc Jacobs, Stella McCartney, Loewe, Loro Piana, Kenzo, Celine, Bulgari, Tiffany, and Company. What an outstanding list! It's important to understand that most products on our shelves, such as those in the apparel and cosmetics industries, are made by the same business. Louis Vuitton began producing bags and luggage, but now it also produces clothing, jewelry, accessories, and shoes. Still, the first fashion line debuted slightly over 2 decades ago. Following Marc Jacobs' appointment as artistic director of LV, ready-to-wear collections became apparent. The lines, colors, and other design features of the clothing from Louis Vuitton's catwalk presentations define the major emerging trends of each season, even though the fashion world is still mostly focused on the bags. At the ending of the season, Louis Vuitton destroys unsold merchandise. Probably the most startling thing regarding Louis Vuitton merchandise is this: season-based collections from Louis Vuitton are returned to the French factory at the conclusion of the season and typically burned or destroyed. Although this may sound completely absurd, the goal is to uphold the brand's prominence and exclusivity. Louis Vuitton doesn't have any sales, after all, in order to preserve its exclusivity. As we conclude this voyage into the secrets of Louis Vuitton, may your appreciation for this legendary brand be forever heightened. If you're as fascinated by the brand's journey as we are, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't miss out on future fashion deep dives, like subscribe and ring that bell to stay in the loop. Until next time, may your wardrobe be filled with the same sophistication and grace that Louis Vuitton has brought to the world. Stay stylish.